Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Cities Skylines. And just all of a sudden, a drastic change in the sky to start the episode there. I think I have a setting that's a little bit off that does that. I don't think it's supposed to do that. It's not supposed to go from like a daytime sky to that. But anyhow, so here we are in the city of Knightshelm. And looking at the wonderful Golden Knight Bridge and the Night Bridge, I forgot what I called that one, but anyhow, lots of people like to use those bridges. Of course, that is the main way to get across the river between the downtown area, as it were. You also have the freeway over here, I-73, and the freeway way up here, which is I-546. So, but something else that I noticed, I lost some assets. I used to have the Norwegian Pearl. I don't know what happened to that asset. It's just gone. So I don't see that cruise ship show up anymore. I'm a little disappointed, but oh well. That's just the way it goes, I suppose. So, this city, it's pretty old. It's been 57 some odd years now, almost 60 years, because I think it was a 2018 date that started over there. So, game time, it's been going for a long time. It has grown quite a bit, and I'm trying to determine, just what is it to do with the city at this point. I can continue to grow out and do more stuff on the outer edges. Maybe even do a little bit of, changes in the downtown core area here in Atlas Plaza and Hyperion Way and Steel Canyon. Or I can work on industry and such. I have my aging thing that's going on because I'm going to run into another huge wave of unemployment, I'm almost certain. Or labor shortage, I should say, in the near future when all these adults turn into seniors. At least the young adult number is going up, but I need to bring younger people into the city lest all those jobs go unfulfilled. But I guess at this point, I'm just going to keep doing a little bit on the outer edges of the city. I gotta keep a mind on demand. I can rarely kill commercial demand. I still don't understand how the game calculates commercial demand. I just don't. There's nowhere near enough jobs. But yet, you would think if the city is screaming for jobs, people would want to move in. But maybe my city isn't desirable enough to people to move in to take those jobs. I don't know. But that's what I see here, is just the city is screaming for, hey, we need more jobs, and we want to build more. I think it's even gone up since I've started. And, it really should drive the residential a little bit, I would think. However, I don't know the inner workings of the simulation. Now, I did do a little bit of work over here to put some larger estates, as they were, in Erie Plaza and just off of Industry Pier. So you've got Industry Pier, you've got all the blue collar people that live here, and then you've got the people that own all those businesses over here. And that's developing fairly good. I could probably put in some more over here, but I like to keep, as you know, on these main roads, I like to make it mostly commercial. Maybe that's just a design flaw on my part that I'm trying to always do that. But I just would prefer to not have residential on main roads. And Spring Street here is a main road as far as I'm concerned. I do have, this being a full creative city now, I do have the noise pollution policy thing or whatever it is, the mod where traffic doesn't cause any noise pollution. So it really won't be that big of a deal to have commercial right next to residential. I play this game for fun, and while I understand why you would not want to live right next door to a booming business, I kind of plan my cities that way. I don't want the game to kind of enforce that on me. Um, so, but anyhow, as I have a lot of space over here in Helen Point and yeah, just Helen Point in general that I can expand out into. I have this bus. I forgot about this bus line here that goes all the way around the city, and oh, that's a school bus. How funny! A school bus. Um, but you know, I don't think anybody's actually using these bus stops. Of course, I say that, and here comes somebody that's probably going to that bus stop now. Um, are they really going to that bus stop? They are. Okay, well, all right. Uh, I suppose it's because there's no bus line on this road. So, although there's a bus right there. Yeah, there is a bus line on the road. So, oh, but there's just no bus stops on that. Well, right there. Okay, whatever. Um, so, things that I would like to do in the city. You know, I also had some issues with mods. There was an incompatibility issue. I found a lot of my mods were out of date. I went and updated them, and then that totally messed up a lot of the other mods. There were a lot of conflicts, and then I had a lot of mods that were active here that shouldn't have been, like real time and the no remove need for pipes and electrical wires, stuff like that, and it just totally messed up the city. This is like my 5th take, and I really hope that this one sticks, that there's no real major issues with it. So, okay, enough of that. I've gone on for like 7 minutes just going on about that. So a little bit of residential has returned. So what I would like to do, I'm going to go into here again and look at my demographics. So black is seniors. So we can see downside, which I just upgraded, is now, look at that, it's all seniors. I can't believe it. Wow. I mean, that was like the last area that I went from low density to high density, and it turned into all seniors. I don't get it. Oh well, okay. I guess they just moved into the downtown area. So, I do want to continue building up the downtown core area. So I can do that here in the, so if I remember correctly, up top here, this is north, west, east, and south. So East Bettis and East Guyman Woods are low density, as you can see. Whereas the west side of them are high. I could probably start going and doing a little bit of upgrade on these, getting those. I could come over here across the river and do a little bit over here and get some high density. In fact, it looks like there is no high density on this side of... Nope, there isn't. There's no high density on this side of... Oh, there's a little bit right there. But I could get a little bit of high density into here as well. What I'm going to do, though, I like this area of the city. I think this area is, you know, this is truly the downtown core of the city. And Paladin Park, you know, that would be the ring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a risk. Look at that. Residential demand just shot through the roof all of a sudden. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to replace these eastern sides of Guyman Woods and Bettis Hills and Guyman Woods with high density residential. So we're just going to go in and we're going to have to evict all these people. Sorry. We're going to start with Bettis Hills. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of... okay, I want... There. I'm going to kind of encourage them to move out. So we're going to use the bulldoze. Sorry, folks. It's urban renewal. It's for the greater good. It's called eminent domain. We're paying you market price for your homes. Okay. 306,998. I'm curious what my whatchamacall is going to drop to now. Population. Because I just kicked out a lot of people. Look at them all. They're all walking away from their homes that they used to live in. Sorry. Okay. Reminds me of another game I used to play, Cleopatra, Pharaoh/Cleopatra. When you would destroy the homes or the lots that they lived in, they would walk away. And then if you rebuilt the lots before they got off the map, they'd turn around and move right back in. And that game, you did have to play a lot of games with the age. You could get a lot of problems in that game when your population aged. Okay, that's going to take, I don't know. When I redid downside, it recovered really quick. With this demand for residential, it'll probably recover just as quick. So I've got my services, the schools and the medical. So, of course, nobody needs schools anymore because we've got the Hadron Collider. I still don't know if I'm saying that right, if it's Hadron, or if it's Hadron. I doubt it's Hadron, but... So yeah, I want downtown to be more downtown. It's been a long time since I put a landmark in Steel Canyon. So while Bettis Hills recovers, let's take a look at what monuments we've got that could be a nice addition to Steel Canyon. So we want a nice skyscraper-esque building. The Gherkin, London, I don't know. It's a little bit too weird for my liking. Eiffel Tower would not fit very well in that area. Or Oriental Pearl Tower, no. I want something that kind of blends in with this architecture. I know I've got, this thing here, and then there's this, which, holy cow, I think that's just tall for the sake of being tall. Wow. Gula's Kingdom Tower. I can't even really see what it looks like. Okay. We've got Radio City Music Hall, which is, not too obtrusive. And it is something that... It does require a lot of work, though, because, you have to get both halves of it. Of course, my favorite, cathedrals. 2 Prudential Plaza. Oh, that might work out pretty well. I think that would fit into that architecture pretty good. So let's take a look. Where could I fit it? Oh, there's plenty of spaces here. Look at this. I could put it right behind the Comerica Tower. Right there. In fact, I think that's where we're going to put it. Yeah, let's go ahead. I think that's a good spot for it. It fits perfectly there. Let's do this first. So we've got a little bit of commercial. Alright, we're going to get rid of the commercial businesses there. Boom. And which way do I want it to face? Obviously, I want it to face this way, so let's make it go on this road right here. It's a little difficult because I have a cat pawing at my hand right now. And there we go. Boom. Another addition to Steel Canyon. Just kind of blends. It does. That blends in really well. Let's get the nice camera view here. Yeah, that looks really nice. I like that. I'm really proud of my Steel Canyon. Of course, I didn't build any of these assets. So, kudos to the folks out there on the Steam Workshop that put some of these assets, or all of these assets together, actually. They look awesome, and I hope you see this video and appreciate their use. So, alright, well, we did that. Let's just... 5 minutes have not even passed. Let's take a look over at Bettis Hills. So we got a whole bunch of level 1 ready to go to level 2 already. There we go, one's already upgrading. So our population, what did I say, 307.6 or something like that, 307.8. So we're going up, so that's pretty good. Our residential demand has gone down. Alright, well, I can also replace some of this low-density commercial. I can start swapping out low-density commercial with high-density. So let's go ahead, we're going to do that as well. Alright, there we go. Boom, alright. And then just take that out. And actually, we'll just go ahead and drop, and we'll let them replace on their own. There we go. Same thing here. Get rid of those. Unpause. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. And then I don't know what I'm saving these for, but I'm still going to leave these, actually, you know what, I'm going to put an office tower right here. Boom. Okay. I've decided, and you know what, I'm going to put a nice little office there, and then we'll put a 3x2 there and see how that develops, if at all. Okay. Oh, I just noticed. Nothing's going to develop there because it's behind the subway station. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Bettis Hills is starting to develop again. Because, of course, they have this... They are so close to Ulm Minster, this beautiful cathedral. And what else are they nearby? They're near the Rock. And they've got the courthouse. And the opera house. So, yeah. It's a nice place to live. And then the Paladin Park. I haven't done a lot in Paladin Park. Oh, I love these monorails. Oh, gosh, I still think of Epcot every time I see this, how it just kind of sweeps over that lake. I don't know why, it just do. I am really happy with the way this park turned out. Beautiful, nice open space in the middle of all of the city. This is the prime real estate right here. On this side and this side. Like Central Park in New York City. Although, forgive me, I think Central Park, I've only been to New York City once. Nothing is on the same side of the road as the park, if I remember. Except maybe the Met. I think that's it. Otherwise, it's just like road and then park. Somebody that lives in New York might be able to confirm that for me. So yeah, Bettis Hills, look at that. There's a lot of development going on. The folks over here in High Park are complaining, keep it down over there. All that construction noise. Look at that. They're just going nuts with their upgrades. Look at that. That one's already going to level 3. That one's already at level 5. Wow. Of course, I think a lot of that is due to, where is it? The Eden product. Right here. Project. Which just makes the land value throughout the entire city immensely valuable. Yeah, look at that. So, of course, property develops very quickly in this city. It's kind of sad how fast the properties or the buildings develop. You get the level 1 stuff and then it's gone. Within like 5 minutes of game time, it's gone. You don't get the little stuff to hang around. What is with these weird power lines? So that one just stretches to there, and then that, I guess I did that. Okay. How is Industry Pier doing? There we go. Our Fairview Petrochemicals. Nope, I want... Uh-oh, I can't get to... Nope, I can't get to the, Oh wait, the main building. Where's the main building? There we go, main building, industry area info. It's not doing too great. It is turning a profit, but... Oh, here we go, industry areas overview. I only have that many industry areas? Wow. And it looks like for this to go to the next level, I need to get more workers in there. Well, I do have demand for whatchamacall, industry. So let's drop some generic industry that might turn into specialized petrochemical. And then we can also drop down some of the specialized buildings. So what do I have here? I don't want to repeat anything. I've got a warehouse, a storage yard, I've got a cracker plant and storage. So I really don't have a lot in the way of these buildings. So let's take a look. Let's keep this kind of on the smaller side. Barracks. Small oil pump. I got plenty of pumps. Let's do something that actually does something with that oil. So I have an oil sludge pyrolysis. Blarg. I can speak. It creates petroleum. Actually, I have a lot more buildings than I thought here. Okay. I'll bet you if I drop one of these... So it needs oil, so we'll drop it down near that. Boom. You turn stuff into plastics. You're a little bigger than a normal, so I'll drop you down. I'll keep things a little bit separated here. And you also do... Oh, I already have one of those. I saw it. Okay. Well. Okay. A little bit more development in there. Nothing great. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one more of those down. So that was the oil sludge. Boom. And then we'll put industry right there. And then, yep, I can get... Actually, I'm going to leave the electrical lines. They kind of fit. I don't know how else to put it. And then I'm going to put down some barracks a little bit closer. Gosh, I don't know if I'd want to live in an area like that, but there we go. One more we'll put down. The idea here is I do want to get the area to develop to the 5th star. So there we go. Now I can get rid of that as well. But I'm going to leave that just because, I don't know, it's so pointless, but it kind of fits the area. Yeah, they're already complaining about no workers at the Chick-fil-A. Okay. Yeah, and not enough buyers for products. So you're already stocked up, you're stocked up, good. My warehouses, so what, okay, I'm storing petroleum here. Good. Where's that main building again? Right here. So, 788, what do I need to get it to the next level? I need 7 more workers. That's all I need. Okay. Well, get on it there. I wonder if these count in these generic industry. Oh, there, go ahead. It just upgraded. Boom. There we go. So now all of them are level 5. So what do I have? I have oil. Let me get rid of this because there we go. And I can't. I want to get rid of that. There we go. So I have oil, ore, agricultural, forestry, ore, and oil. So I could put another agricultural down. So why don't we do that this episode, and then I'll end, because I'm already 24 minutes into the episode. So where would be a good spot for a more I think right here, where all the runoff from Kings Row goes right into the crops. No, that would not be a good spot. I kind of would like over here on this side of the river. So we've got, actually over here is good because I also have rail. These aren't getting filled. Okay, let me check my resources. That's a good point. Power, we're doing okay. Water, we're doing okay. They're just not filling up for whatever reason. Okay. So over here might be good. I think right over here is a good spot. So, as always, we have to, unfortunately, clear trees. Because you can't you can't have farmland on trees for whatever reason. I'm going to leave that exit dedicated for that industrial area. So I'm going to have it in this area over here. So off of this exit. So we're going to just go ahead, and if I could do this, there we go. Let's just make this a lot bigger. There. Whoa, that's huge. Okay, and that's probably much larger than it needed to be. We're going to cheat. We're going to paint this area to be rich in agricultural, so or fertile, I should say. There we go. So it's kind of a, I'm going to envision this. It's not quite right, but it's in the kind of the foothill area of that mountain, if you could call that a mountain. So this will be wine country. So it's going to be almost exclusively crops. So first thing is I have to connect. So let's take a look here. Alright, so this is the fun part that always takes so much time, where I have to build these darn roads out. Which I know can be very boring to watch. So I'm just going to do my typical there, so that I can get a 6-lane road. Then we will delete that, and then we'll come back to this, and we want our 3-lane road with anarchy and nothing like that. In, like so. So we have 1 merging with 2, 3 diverging to 2 and 1, so that works out. And then down here, I always do that wonderful lineup with the road, and then I'm just gonna end up messing it up because I'm gonna move it so that these kind of work out a little bit better. Okay, that I want to be the same height as that, and I want that to be the same height as that. Okay, and it did not do that, did it? No, it did. It's just the lights. Okay. There we go. Okay. Sure, that works out. Okay. Excellent. One thing I am going to do... Nope, not that. Okay, disable anarchy, get rid of that. Alright, back to the road. And then get rid of that. Now they moved it. Here it is. Because this is one of the mods that got updated. I want no lights. There. Oh, and I just... That wasn't what I intended to do. Alright. I want no lights over here. This is all farm road. There we go. Okay. Alright, so it is 3-lane, but it shouldn't be 6-lane, I should say, for too long. So it'll just be that, and then we're going to drop down to a typical 4-lane with a center turn lane right here. And it is going to curve to go kind of alongside this foothill. So as you can see, it's going to... What are you doing? Why are you driving there? Ugh, whatever. You know, sometimes Sims, they just don't make a lot of sense. So we'll sort of follow this valley, I guess. I don't know if this really is the valley, but we'll try to stay within the same elevation here. And I know I just did that as 4-lane, but I'm going to drop that even further, because I really do want this to be more like a road out in the middle of nowhere. So I just had to go from 6 to 2, and then let's just drop down to this. And I forgot to turn off. There we go. So that's just... There we go. Okay. No street lights along here. There we go. And now I'm going to forget that that's set. Up over here, same thing. So come back over to this. Come on. Oh, I don't have the option to get rid of them, do I? So that I can't use that one. We'll have to use this one. Because if the model doesn't support it... There we go, okay. I guess they don't need left turn lanes there anyhow. Okay. Alright, so we've got that going. Now, why is there so much traffic making a U-turn here? Let me check my lane arrows just to make certain. I have no idea why so much traffic was doing that. Look, okay, you're doing the right thing. And you just drove all over the... Okay. Interesting. I don't have to do that, but... Alright. Everybody, stay in your lane. And then over here... No more of these U-turns. Ha! Oh, you cheater. Wait, that's a bus. That's a bus. What are you doing? Oh, I see what's happening. Oh my gosh. Okay, I see what's happening. Alright, I can take care of this. If I move that stop there, and now here's part of the problem. I think Traffic Manager President Edition, something went goofy recently, and buses now are forced to obey lane arrows. Okay, so I probably have a lot of that going on. And I can only fix one thing at a time, so I'm going to go back to this. I'll have to watch that later. Okay, so back to my lane connectors. Previously on Cities Skylines Knight's Helm. Okay. And I don't really have to do this, because there's not much they can do other than that, but... There. Okay. Alright, so we got the road going out there. Now I just want to get down some country roads. So we can get... You can have a dirt road coming off of that. And these are going to be kind of straight because they're going to be ones that follow straight to like a farm or whatever. In fact, I could do something like that. In fact, we could have a three-way sort of thing going on here. What the heck, we'll have a really weird intersection there. Let's go ahead, before I forget, paint this as an agricultural area. Let's go back. There we go, okay. And now I come back to our roads. That's an interesting grid. Okay. Alright, so it's an agricultural area that we've zoned. Let's come over here, agricultural. So I just want crops over here. Just crops, no... or fruit and crops, I should say. Oh, I need a main building first. So as usual, we'll have that be right near the entrance, but I'll put it here. I don't know if anything actually needs to access it though. So we'll put it right there. And that was not a good spot for it, because now it's Sycamore Industrial. So let me just go on the other side of that ever so slightly. There we go, okay. I should have noticed that. Boom, okay. So now we have a large fruit field. And what I would like... Actually, I'm not going to put anything on that main road. This, right off the bat, I want just one of those greenhouses. Please tell me that. Yeah, greenhouse. Boom. I think that would be neat to have near the freeway. And I do need to get power over here. So... And water. Yep. So I'll pull some power from behind New Sparta. Go over the freeway. And we'll just come into right there. Okay. And then as far as water, I think only the main building needs water. Sorry, I'm a little quiet all of a sudden. Okay. Alright. Unpause the game. Alright, fruit fields, fruit fields. Nothing on the main road. Slope too steep. Oh, come on! But it shouldn't be too steep. That's the whole point, is that it's rolling hills. Oh my gosh. Oh, because I'm putting... Okay. I don't want greenhouses for all of these. There we go. Okay. Apples and oranges. There. Now I can get the nice rolling hill on it. Okay. Turn off anarchy. We'll fit in kind of off-kilter one there. So these are like, you know, our vineyards, and I know that that's not necessarily a vineyard there, but I'm probably well overdoing crops in this area, but I want this to be like the source of fruits and vegetables for the city. Oops. I'm also going to have to get some storage over here, so a large barn, it holds crops. And it can hold 50,000, 40,000, 60,000. No, 300,000. Okay, 500,000, 400,000, 600,000, 300,000, and then these are all, yeah, okay. We'll put a large barn down over here, and then we're going to get the Congo line of trucks. So I have to be prepared for that Congo line of trucks. But I do need storage over here, so... be nice if you could kind of paint the shape of these crops. That they didn't have to be rectangular or regular in shape. Okay, we're gonna have a farmhouse or two out here. We're gonna have to get electricity to each of them. I should unpause the game. And those, they're gonna need heating and water as well. Oh yeah, okay, the crops do need water. It makes sense, of course. So... out to there, and then right about there. That's a little bit of overlap. How about right there? Whoop. No. Gotta be parallel. There. And then we'll run power along this side. We'll go up to that house there. Okay. So the Congo line of trucks will appear any moment. And then I also would like to get, interesting that that road is so elevated, but okay. I would also like to get, actually, there we go. I would also like to get a freight station out here. Actually, you know what? I don't think I need a freight station. There's this right here. They can take them via the highway to that freight terminal right there. So, okay. I wonder if I take another dirt road and send it out this way. That's a problem. It's up 2 meters. Okay. That does not look like a farmhouse. Not at all. I like that one, and you know what I'm going to do before it upgrades? I'm going to make that historical. How about this one? Nope, that one doesn't look like a farmhouse. Did I put any down elsewhere? How about right here? Okay, ooh, that, I kind of like that. Look at that. That looks kind of nice. Okay, without the, if we didn't have the power lines in the way. Yeah. Okay, well, you know, I got that going, so we shall let that continue to do its thing. Actually, that is wheat, oranges. We're going to change you to corn. Just a little bit of corn production. What do we got here? We got pears, apples, oranges, more pears. Well, you kind of use pears, and aren't there wines that are pear? Use pears? Probably should have out here. some services. So we're going to use these medieval ones. And we're just going to, I'm going to scatter them. So that'll be like the what do you want to call it? You know, where you go for the wine tastings and such, even though it's a police station. And then the firehouse can be... Oh, look at that. It fits perfectly right there. Right there. And then right on the corner there. Boom. Okay, that works out. Super. So they have some services out there. Excellent. Okay, now somebody's actually building here. Alright, I'm going to let this develop, and then what does it look like? Oh, we're definitely going to make that historical. That fits in that area. And we'll have to get some crops around that house, because we obviously will need a reason for it to be there. Oh, look at that! I was just short of getting power to it. Okay, as I was saying, it does need some crops, so let's just go ahead and put down a crop there, and that covers it. In fact, I don't even need the power lines coming out here anymore. So they can stop right there. Okay. Well, you know, we got the vineyards going. So we'll possibly get... Yeah, look at that. Paladin Hilltop Wines. How's that? The champion wine company. I don't know. So... some of the best fertile land in all of Knight's Helm, right there. So, okay, everybody. Well, I hope you're enjoying the episode, and I will continue to keep going with the series, see how it's going. Actually, I'm curious, 312, so actually our population went way up. Before we end the episode, let's take a check over here on Bettis Hills. Look at that. It's like it's always been that way. Now, what I'm curious is, are these all seniors that moved in, just like downside? Let's take a look. Nope, it is mostly families. So that's good. Brought those young adults down, but it was 20%. So, Bettis Hills doing good. We went up almost, what, 6,000? What did I start the episode at? 306,241. So yeah, 6,000. Pretty good growth, and residential demand is strong, which is good to see. So everybody, I hope you're having a great time with the series, and if you like what you see, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content, cities, skylines, Astroneer. Eventually I'm going to get back to Project High Rise. I'm just not able to get into it as much, and of course, if City of Heroes can ever do that again, it will come back. So, everybody, I hope you're having a great time, and I'll see all of you in the next episode. Take care, and bye.